Hi there, Tad Hargrave from marketingforhippies.com. And today's video is about your bio. And this is from a dear colleague of mine, Andrea Villa, who I think lives in Colorado. And he does a lot of work with myth and story and storytelling. And he had this thought of, it was a question, I thought it was a beautiful question. If you had to start writing your story that's relevant to your work that you do, what would be the starting point of that story? He talks about there's a sacred moment in your life where you were imprinted with something that has led to this work. What was that moment? Where would you start the story of the work that you do? So for me, I think about it, and I think one of the moments was I was trying to raise money to go to a Tony Robbins seminar in Hawaii. I was 18, maybe 19. I was so excited about it, and I started calling all my family and friends to see if they wanted to contribute to the cause, and I fundraised for it. And I called my Uncle Art, who's a friend of the family, not related, and I was asking him about it, and at a certain point he snapped at me, and he doesn't snap a lot, but he snapped and he said, "Tad, you don't need to wheel and deal me." And it really took me back. And of course I was wheeling and dealing him. I was trying to manipulate, I was trying to do everything I could to get the money, and being so smooth, and I'd learned all these persuasion tactics, and boy, I was applying them all, I guess. And I was just schmoozing him. And it was a real heartbreaking moment where I saw that I had become plastic a little bit. It's a hard thing to see. You don't want to see that you've become this thing you judged. You start to wonder, how did it get here? How did I become so slick? And here I was wheeling and dealing this fellow who'd babysat me a lot when I was growing up. So what a moment, So if I were to start the story, I might start with that. Now there might be a few, but this is worth sitting with. You do a certain work right now. What was the first moment in your life that imprinted you in some way? And it may be much younger. I was 18 then, but it may be much, much younger that this work began for you. So where would be the moment that you would start the story? And it might even be a moment in your parents' lives. It might be a moment in your grandparents' lives or further back. You could do that too. You could say, I think this work started when my grandparents met under this situation, and etc. Or it might be the first time you heard that story about your grandparents. So there you go. If you're writing your bio, this may be useful. Andrea, thank you so much for the beautiful offering of that question. And thanks to all of you who subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm glad to have you around. I'm glad you keep coming back. You can learn more about me, marketingforhippies.com. I have a helicopter going over. And thanks so much.